everybody, happy Tuesday. For those of you who are in our Fit for Summer contest, we've asked you to do two things. We've given you two challenges to work on. Number one is to find your behavior-based goal for this six-week contest. And I'm going to basically outline what that means compared to something like an outcome goal. So the base is an outcome goal is solely results focused. It's focused on the end result overall, which also means that you're looking at something that's going to happen in the future. It's also very objective in that it's either you achieved it or you didn't. So it's a yes, no, pass, fail sort of situation, which isn't always fun. Examples of this are things like body fat percentage, scale weight, and something like you fit X size, whatever that size is. It's very objective. You either do or you don't. That is an outcome goal. However, we're asking you to do something that is behavior based. A behavior goal is focused on something more actionable, something more habitual. It's a daily practice of sorts. And so with that, it's instead of future based like the outcome goal, it's actually more daily based. It's present based. It's not something that you're looking to accomplish in the future. Also, with a behavior goal, there's more of a learning mindset. There's more of a growth mindset going on. You're doing something as a practice versus a check yes or a no. And so you actually learn more along the way, and you're a little bit more aware usually of what's going on, instead of just sort of trucking through and relying on willpower. Examples of a behavior goal are things like eating slower, moving every day, and drinking more water. Those are three easy examples of what a behavior goal is. And ultimately, those build skills that are going to build towards your goal, whatever that goal actually is. But the fact of the matter is that those things are going to help build towards your success. Now that I've kind of given you both sides of the equation, we're focusing on a behavior goal, so stick to that. And if you have more questions, by all means, message us or put it in the group, put it on the page. So that covers challenge one. The other challenge that we've given you this week is to sit down and wine taste your food. Now, what we mean by that is we want you to actually sit there and taste your food as if you were doing a wine tasting. If you've never done that, just eat slower and try and pick out the subtle flavors of what you're actually eating. Oftentimes we just sit there in our cars or at our desk and we just inhale food because we feel like we need to be doing something next or moving on to the next task. With this challenge, we're focusing on trying to get you to just get a little bit more in tune with what you're eating and how it tastes and how it feels as well. So wine tasting your food. I'm going to give you my top 5 tips to help you do that so that you're not floundering and wondering how you're actually going to do that. So let's get into it. So tip number 1 is literally sitting down and being distraction free. This is probably going to be the hardest thing for most people to do, but sitting down without any distractions, that means no phone, no TV, no nothing. You're just sitting there and you have your plate of food or your bowl of food or whatever you got, your container of sustenance, and you are just going to sit there and eat it as slow as you can and taste the flavors that are in that food. That's it. Tip number 2 to help you eat slower is to set a timer and see how long you're able to go. So if you're typically eating around a 10-minute mark, by the end of the week, we're going to try and get you to that 15-minute mark or even 20-minute mark, which is fantastic. Tip number 3 sounds rather childish, but is really effective. Counting the number of chews per bite. Somebody told me once that you were supposed to eat or you're supposed to chew your food 30 plus times before you swallowed. There is some truth in that and some benefit to it, so try it. Get as many as you can and try and get one more chew in per bite per meal, and that's another strategy to use. Tip number 4 is putting your fork down after every bite. So if you're sitting there eating, you put something in your mouth, you put your fork down on the table. and you wait until you're finished chewing until you then go and pick that fork up again and get the second bite. Tip number 5, sipping water intermittently throughout the meal. So this doesn't have to be every fifth bite or every bite or anything like that, but if you're sitting down and you're enjoying your meal, hopefully you've got some sort of beverage with you. Having a sip of water here and there is going to help you not only slow down, but also probably feel fuller faster so that you're not going to overeat or eat as much as you perhaps normally do. You're going to feel full. And so that's overall just going to help with wine tasting your food as well. So now you know what a behavior goal is and why we want you to choose that one over an outcome goal, and gave you some tips on how to succeed with challenge number 2. I hope these helped, and if you have any questions, just send them to the group, put them on a page, and we'll see you guys in the gym. Good luck this week with your challenges.